All right, welcome to the apartment.
Woof, woof.
So this is the main living room with a little kitchen in the corner.
This panel will slide and hide the kitchen if you wish it to. It goes all the way over, or you can just leave it open because the kitchen's very pretty.
And we will do a separate video on the
We'll do
kitchen.
a separate video on the kitchen. And then in here, do we want to talk about furniture now, or is that how all this works?
Sure, we can do furniture and then the windows and doors.
So these guys are Gilbert and George, or Gilbert and George. We don't know which is which, but as you can see, Gilbert and George both make wonderful little rocking chairs like this, or they can sit on the floor like this, and then with a coffee table or ottoman, or at night you can stack one over the other in the corner. You know, you can put them like this and stack them. We found that in general during the day it's kind of nice. You have one out like this and one there. But otherwise you can have obviously two rocking chairs.
They're fun to play with, so you'll probably find some new configurations we don't even know about yet.
Gilbert and George. Talk about the bed.
Yeah. Yep.
So the sofa bed is actually really comfortable, and it's different from the American ones in that you don't take the pillows off. This is all attached. You actually reach back here.
It's kind of anywhere at the back.
Yeah, and you pull the entire thing over like this, and voila, you have your bed. And that's basically done. And you can fold it up with the sheets and even probably a light blanket, but not like a comforter. You should take the comforter off. But then you can just fold it up. And
Just one person lift at the end.
yeah. And it just folds all the way back. And then you can just push this down and you've got your sofa back.
Very good. All right, let's see how the doors and windows work.
Okay, do you want to talk about him?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do that too.
So this little guy is cool. As you can see, he is a little bookcase, and there's a little cabinet here. Incidentally, in here, this is full of chargers and converters. This is just a adapter plug. It says right on it, caution, this does not convert electricity from like 240 to 120.
But most phones can plug into this, like
But
the
most-
USBs.
yeah,
Just
so-
check the phone adapter and see if it can take 240 volts.
Exactly, and this has got USBs directly. It's even got a USB 3 or whatever that is, and it's got different plugs. So this is just an adapter with a red lettering saying it doesn't convert. These actually are converters, so what comes out of here is 110. So you can actually put a 110. It'll say that all on here.
Yeah, so appliance that needs to have American voltage.
And there are other adapters here, and they just plug into these plugs. We can show you over here, we've got some in the wall. You know, like this is an adapter, not a converter, but you can just put one of these in here too, and then just plug in something.
Yep.
And then these are like, I've never figured out exactly how they work, but the Italians have all these complicated things. This is for like higher voltage things, like a vacuum cleaner will go in there. But if you need to adapt that too, these can go in there and adapt. I put one in here, so you can play around with them. Anyway, this yellow thing here is going to be full of adapters.
And the most important thing to review again, in Europe, all the voltage is 240. So anything you plug in that's without a transformer will be getting 240 volts.
And here, all the keys will be in here. There's going to be two types of clumps. One will have the long, big key for the door here and the door downstairs. And so just two keys. The other clumps of keys in here, I can show you examples, are
That's Christian and Marina, and one with their mother when they were little kids living in Rome. Christian was around 5 years old and very chubby.
so basically, yeah. I haven't put them together, but one clump will look sort of like this, and these are terrace keys, and the other clumps will have the big door key to the apartment, and they'll have the downstairs door key. So that's what's going to be in this box, and there's going to be several sets in there. As I said, the door downstairs keys are a little jiggly, but they do work.
A couple other kind of things you'll find in here. This has like scissors, stapler, some pens, that kind of thing. And then this red book is various manuals of appliances and other things in the apartment if you need to review them. All right.
And then this, you can put like keys and stuff in here. But what's cool about this little bookcase is that this then will swing out over here and then open out, and so you have a desk.
That bottom folds out too, to support.
Oh, this is right. Yeah, sorry.
And in the middle.
Underwear? Oh, from the side.
Yep.
All right, that I didn't even remember. Oh, right, yeah, of course. This comes out here. Oh, I see. Wow, see, you learned something.
Mm-hmm.
I think this actually. Okay, and that stays there. Right.
This is where I'm going to sit and write novels when I retire and live in Rome.
So you can have a little desk here. And
Okay, let's show how the windows and doors work.
now the most important thing probably is how to operate the doors and windows. They're new and they're wonderful. And so they all have, the doors and windows all have, this is closed. If you open it sideways like that, then it just opens like that. But if you close it all the way and then move the handle all the way up, then the top opens down and you get airflow. That's actually very nice. And this window, they all open in two senses like that, except this window, which is huge, so it only opens down like that. But it gives you a ton of airflow through the apartment.
So there's lots of other windows that you'll see on the walls. Those all work the exact same way.
And I'll show you these windows.
Yep.
So again, you open it this way, and you open it, and this can actually also, you can open the entire window if you want to. Or you can leave this one shut. And again, if you push this all the way up like that, then you can open it down, and you'll get airflow through the top. So that's a very nice feature. All of the windows and doors are covered with protecting screens, which you can lower like this. Just with these buttons here, and they all have these. And normally all Italians, when they leave an apartment, they lower these. Here, it's a good idea probably to lower the ones on the terraces, here and the one in the bathroom, if you're going out. The ones facing that way, less important. But that's
They also block light at night.
Exactly, but if you lower them all the way, you're also going to block air. You can leave them up just a little bit, like that, and then air gets through, so you can play with that and see what works best. And
All right, I think that's it for the living room then.
there's the table, but maybe we'll do with that in the kitchen.
Yep. All right, we'll see you in the kitchen.